Do you fancy trying out our supplies? Said the email from Journalsay. And one look at their website told me that the answer was a resounding yes, please. They've got a huge range from journal papers to bullet journal supplies, ordinary stationery, stamps, stickers, and so on. So, in this film, I'll show you what I chose, how it arrived, and then give you a quick whiz through trying out some of these in my latest journal. And Journalsay have also given me an 8% discount code to share with you. So if you see something you like the look of and want to try it out as well, follow the link in the description. Right, I can't wait to see what's in here. So it all came wrapped in, let's just cut this, a sort of plastic outer envelope, and then the box is obviously wrapped in bubble wrap. So it seems pretty secure to me. Oh, having said that, looks like it's been through the wars a bit, but I think that will be down to the courier rather than the packaging. So if you don't know about Journalsay, and I hadn't heard of them before they reached out to me. They are based in China, and I believe that they also operate on AliExpress, but they set up separately because there was some new legislation, I think, in India, which meant that people couldn't order off AliExpress. I don't know the full situation. If you do, I'd be really interested. They set up so that they could carry on serving their Indian customers. Ooh, some very pretty ribbon just for you. We like that. And then what does this say? So it's a thank you for ordering. And oh, it's a 5% discount off my next purchase. If you invite a friend to the store and they make a purchase, you get a £2 discount off your next order. So I really cannot remember what I ordered. So let's have a look. Colour seals. So presumably these are stickers. I have no recollection of having ordered these at all. So they're sort of little stickers. Let's put them to one side. Oh yes, I do remember ordering these. I'm really into these silicone stamps, and I happen to love butterflies, so I saw those and thought they would be really nice. And I really liked these ones because they're all sort of ink pens, ink bottle, and I'm doing a lot of journaling, so I thought those would come in super handy. Oh, look at these. Look at the shine on those. Oh, I'm looking forward to getting those out. I do remember this. I love a little box and I love a little catch. So a little wooden box for storing things. I thought that would be great for all the stickers and things that I was ordering. That looks really nice. Feng Yu Shiji, 80 pieces. Oh, so lots of, again, little washi stickers. I was just bamboozled when I looked at their website. So they do general stationery and everyday essentials, as well as bullet journaling, art journaling, scrapbooking type things. So, what's that? I don't even know what it is. Oh, it's a tape dispenser. And then more little scraps and things. I do remember this. I just thought this looked really nice as a journal. So the prices are very good, and there is free delivery when you order over. And I'm going to desperately try and remember how much the money is. I'll have to let you know. But oh, that looks nice. So a little journal, and there's pockets to keep things in. And it looks like you can refill it if you want to. Oh, that's lovely. Well, I obviously got carried away on the butterfly stickers, didn't I? So I've got the super shiny ones, and I've got more butterfly stickers, and I've got the stamps. Oh, a lovely range of washi tapes. I love teals and blues. So they're fab. Ah. So these are more stamps but rather than being the silicone ones, they're just that you put on the acrylic blocks. They're on a sort of sponge base, and they're stamps, if that makes sense. Oh, I like those. That'd be great for if you're doing lots of sort of junk journaling and using letters and things, and just to pull that in. More paper scraps for collaging. And again, labels and notes, that's great. Stickers, four different colours stickers. Ah, yes, I remember those. I just really like the design of the crane scissors, which I thought would be rather lovely. And this is washi tape, but like a strip of stamps, which I thought looked really nice too. Letters. Shall I open some of those? I should use my brand new scissors, but let's just use the ones I've got to hand. So again, little scraps that will act as a focal point. Oh, they're pretty. You can see there's definitely a theme. Then I saw these and I thought they were really lovely. So these are all sorts of Japanese papers. Let's open this one. It's always so hard when you order online, because much as you read the sizes, it's always a bit of a surprise when things arrive. But look at these. They will be great for collaging. Some really unusual papers. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. So this is like sort of a netting, almost like, you know, tissue and rice papers, but some really interesting textures. Oh, that one's sort of it's paper, but it's sort of spongy paper. Oh, wow, I really like that for different textures. Oh, that's quite thick. And then this is another set of different papers. So I thought it would be fun for sort of collaging and introducing really interesting textures into my work. Because I work with watercolour, I thought that adding textures against the flatness and the absolute non-texture of watercolour would be something to explore. And there's just all sorts here of beautiful, beautiful papers. Okay, and then these are some more papers that I chose for collaging. And these have all got little sort of inclusions in them, bits of dried flower and a lovely transparency to them. I'll come back to this one at the end, because I do remember ordering that. And then I ordered a pack, because, yeah, of all different bits. That they do packs for journals, sort of all coordinated, and that's not usually what I would order, but I thought, well, this would give me a great opportunity to sort of experiment. So that looks great. What is this? Oh yes, so I thought it'd be really good to try these sort of silicone stamps, the sort of spongy stamps that you saw with earlier, and then some wooden stamps. And I've got a set of day ones, and I remember, yeah, getting the months as well. So that's really cool. Some more scraps, and this is a tiny book of different scraps as well. Oh, that's cute. So it's bound, and then you've got lots of different papers that you can use as little focal points and to incorporate. Oh, I really like that. I love how it's presented. And then the final thing I chose was a special brush. Now, it says this is a secret weapon behind flawless skin for applying foundation. I got it because I want to use it for applying inks to some of my work. I just like the design. Oh, that's really soft. And I thought that would be really good for sort of where you want to put round the edge of papers to age it. I thought that would be really cool. I would come back to this. So Journalsay, as well as all the journaling things, they do sell things like mirrors and different sort of practical things. And I saw this bag and I thought it was lovely because it's got a duck with feet on. So does you duck with long eyelashes? It hasn't got any eyelashes. Yeah, I just thought, well, that would make me laugh. It'd be great for shopping. So I got that as well. Really like that. Love the colour. Great design. So, wow, what a haul. Fantastic. So the whole order came approximately to $100. Just to give you an idea, their prices looked very, very reasonable, and that did include postage. So I'm going to go through this and just double check everything and have a little play and see what it sparks off in my imagination. I'm working in my round journal. It's a handmade one and I've just started working in it. So first of all, I had to decide which pieces to use from that huge stash. I chose some papers, some scraps, washi tape, some stamps, things like that. So I started by ripping up one of the pieces of paper because it was mountains and a moon, not big enough for the page, and I used a bit of a map in the background to start telling the story of travels. So I stuck everything down using matte gel medium once I was happy with my arrangement, and I made sure that I was pretty generous with the glue because the last thing you want is for everything to start falling off the page. This really is the foundation layer. Before you stick things down, I suggest taking a photo of your collage arrangement because once you've moved it off, it's really easy to forget what's happened. Don't worry about overhangs because once this is dry, you can trim the pages to size, or if you're on a square one, you can just rip those off. I coated everything with another layer of the matte gel just to seal the papers and make sure that all the edges were stuck down. You've got to let this dry before you carry on, but once it is dry, it gives just a little bit of grip in case you need to write on it. And here I am, just trimming off the sides using those brand new scissors, which were lovely and sharp. I find it's easiest to trim off from the back so you can see the shape. And then I found these sort of negatives that was in the journal pack, and I thought they would be great because they'd also had the mountains on them. And then this sort of netting is from the fancy papers, and I thought they picked up the shape of the moon and made a really interesting sort of transparency. I cut them to shape because I didn't like the straight edge, so I made it a bit jagged and just used more of the matte gel to stick everything down. And then I decided to use one of their little quotes and cut those up and echoed the shape of the circular paper, but they weren't standing out enough, so I stuck them all onto little scraps of paper from one of the packs, and I think that just helps them stand out from the page a bit more. I used the glue stick to stick everything down at this point because I didn't want to have to wait for everything to dry. And again, just trim the edges to make sure that it followed the circle. If you'd like to see the full tutorial of this spread, then I'll put a link in the description. This is just a quick whiz through. So really I'm starting to think about a few finishing touches, and I thought those stamps of stamps would be really nice. So I tested them out and they have a great vintage feel. It occurred to me that if I stamped it onto tissue paper, then I'd be able to rip them out and check out the placement. Because when you get to the end of a journal page, you do get a little worried about just mucking things up at the last moment. So that's what I'm doing here. I just found some tissue paper, trying out a few of them, then I rip them out into shape and I can just move them around my journal until I'm happy with that sort of composition. Once you stick them down, you can hardly see the edges. It all sort of blends in. I then used a few more of the stamps just to add little marks here and there, like the franking on a letter. Because in my head, this was a whole story about someone travelling the world, up mountains and writing home to the one they love and that person missing them. I don't know why that came into my head. This reel of washi stamps is just beautiful. It was so sticky though. And I thought it would just add a little bit of pink to pick up the pink from that negative at the top. So again, I just tried them out, and then when I was happy, I stuck it down. Then I grabbed just an ordinary biro, a ballpoint pen, and decided that I would do a little bit of handwriting. It adds a real personal touch to your journal page. I thought of all the things that you would write to someone if they were travelling in the olden days. Obviously, it's email now, but you'd say, "Oh, I miss you, and I wish you were here, and what are you up to," and all that sort of stuff. And I just think your own handwriting adds a little bit of you to the page, so I quite often try and sneak some in. In fact, I like the mark from the ballpoint pen so much that I did a little bit of doodling through some of that netting, just random marks to sort of muck up the spread a little. I don't like things being too neat and perfect. So I had fun with doing that. And then I decided what I really wanted to do was try out that funny makeup brush that I'd bought and see whether I could use it with the ink to antique the sides of the pages. That's why I bought the brush, and indeed it worked. So it's got so many little bristles, so soft that you get a really gradated edge to the page. I thought it just gave a bit of a vintage feel and made the whole page a little bit more 3D. So I like that, and I can see that I'd end up doing that with a few more pages. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to clean the brush off. That's the only thing, but I'm sure I'll work it out in the end. And frankly, there you go. That's using some of my stash, and I loved the quality of it.